Ghostpoet is a singer-songwriter, rapper, poet, arguably a ghost. A ghost in terms of being rather unnoticed though, because he is quite underrated. On Dark Days and Canapés he works with his clearest mix yet. No longer is he working with the instrumental too loud that it kind of drowns out the deadpan, whispery vocals like on Peanut Butter Blues and Melancholy Jam. A debut album with an impressive richness to the production, very layered, very textured, as well as a cold, eerie atmosphere. It's just that the mixing at times was just a little bit off, imbalanced, as if like the vocals were just a little too low to be fully understood. I did think it improved a bit more for 2013's Some Say I So Light, an album with just as engaging a mood and atmosphere, especially with its first couple of tracks, which employed even some rockier instrumentation. His 2015 installment explored that rock side further with a lot of post-rock inspired instrumentals like poetry over post-rock, which was pretty cool in terms of concept, although I think the execution, while it was quite inspiring and quite beautiful at times, I did think the contrast between Ghostpoet's vocals, very deadpan and whispery, with those meandering, adventurous rock melodies, I thought that contrast was a little bit jarring at times. However, I do think that on Dark Days and Canapés, Ghostpoet has finally made an album that, front to back, I can mess with. I can mess with it pretty heavily. A lot of the time the atmosphere is so haunting and cold and harrowing. It takes on a stronger trip-hop influence more than ever. Ghostpoet makes the tracks on this album so dismal and dark, like they're straight out of Mezzanine era Massive Attack. I love the cold pianos that are plinkering in for plenty of these songs, as well as the tense horror film-like strings that sweep in on tracks like Blind as a Bat. And I think that there's just a smidge more charisma to Ghostpoet's vocal performances, and I think that really works because they help to bring out just how dismal and disturbing the album can be. There is still like a groove to be had because these tracks are so trip-hop inspired, but there is still that atmosphere there to get lost in, very dark, very cold, and very ghostly, fittingly. However, don't mistake this album for a Massive Attack ripoff or anything like that, because even though there are similarities, this still has a bit of a unique flavour, as if the deadpan, poetic vocal performances and the lyrics weren't enough to show you that, as well as Ghostpoet giving a window into the uneasiness and bleakness of modern life. Ghostpoet's influences or similarities to other artists' work might be easy to note, might be easy to draw those comparisons, but it doesn't make the music he creates any less engaging because he is actively painting a world of his own. Creatively, vividly, brilliantly. I'm giving this album an 8 out of 10. Hope you check it out if you haven't checked out any of Ghostpoet's work. I think it's his best so far. Yeah.